Hello everyone, my name is Jean and today we are back in the Blue Oasis Zoo. Since the last time, a lot of time has passed, partially because I didn't feel like playing Planet Zoo, and partially because I have a lot of stress and a lot of other things to do, so yeah, maybe the episodes will need a little bit longer, like this time, but I promise I'm going to make more habitats until this zoo is finished, and then I will, I don't know, do the same thing with another zoo, I don't know yet, but I really want to show you all of this in sort of a, here is the progress that I made in the last months or so. So, yeah. The Oceania pack released a few days ago, and this was also what brought me back to building. Yeah, because I really loved the animal choice in there. I loved the little penguin, I loved the quokka, I loved the kiwi. I mean, the kiwi is such a cute animal. It's just like the fruit. And just ignore the sound you just heard. This wasn't my WhatsApp from my PC, but anyway, we're going to pretend it never happened. But yeah, as I said, okay, the Tasmanian devil is not the nicest animal for me, but it's also kind of cute, and I just want to build for all of them, but partially they will fit in the zoo and partially not. But I am fairly certain that I will just ignore if they fit in here or not. I will just build for them in here and call it a day and just swoon over their cuteness. So anyway, let's calm down a bit. So I actually built a habitat for the little little penguin, and I think this will be the first habitat I will show to you. And after that we will look at the habitats I built beforehand, before I didn't want and could play Planet Zoo anymore. So yeah, and actually, we are back at the entrance plaza because I just wanted to show you that now all the way around the zoo entrance we have walls that prevent everyone from seeing any animals. So if you want to see any animal in here, you need to buy a ticket. And we're also, let's just go, we're going to get into the zoo via the exit. So I built this little thing. I don't know what it's called in English, but this is these little things that you would spin around, and you can only spin them around in one direction, so you could only enter them from inside the zoo to go outside, and not the other way around. So, but we are just going to ignore this rule and just go through anyway. And yeah, here it is, the little penguin habitat. As you can see, ooh, they are going to be fed. That's a nice way to start this zoo part presentation. Yeah, so as you can see, I mostly used the new pieces from the Oceania pack. This was the first time I get to work with them myself. I watched a few videos before, and yeah, then I just experimented with them, and I think it looks quite cute. I like these little huts, or whatever I wanted to have them be. I don't know. I just think they look kind of cute. I love... Oh, there was a penguin that's just gone missing. They are so cute. They're so little cute animals. I can't. They are so cute, and they are so tiny. Okay, calm down. I love all this new foliage, and I think we can never have enough plants in Planet Zoo, like, seriously. And the other day I watched a video of, oh gosh, who was it? I think Mike Sheets. It was some kind of collaboration video, and I don't know who said it, but someone said there are a few tropical plants missing for like really tropical tropical greenhouses and stuff, like calasears. I know what he was meaning. These are the house plants that you can have that are always having these colorful leaves on them. So they're just like green with one line that looks like you draw it with a fine liner in pink or something like that. And these types of plants, we don't have them in the game, and obviously that's something that's really lacking, because in every greenhouse, tropical greenhouse, in any zoo I was, they always had 1 or 2 versions of calatheas, and we don't have any, so yeah, but actually I just wanted to show you the overview of these habitat, but I think for that we need to be in another mode, because the Explorer mode doesn't want to take us there. So you can just go on top of the habitat and look from above, look at them, how they are swimming, and after that you can go down here and just see the underwater viewing area. That's what I wanted to say. We're just going to ignore the inward message for now. I think it's anyway too late for doing something about that. As you can clearly see, I wasn't really up to the task to make all of this look pretty. I will, but not now. I just wanted to build all these, let's say, above the ground stuff, like the plants, the rocks that I didn't felt in the mood to make a nice viewing area for underwater viewing area for the guests, so I just didn't bother. But it's going to be there, I promise. So yeah, this was the latest addition to the zoo, or at least the latest. I wanted to say finished, but it's not even finished because I didn't make the underwater viewing areas. So it's not the most recent, and it's not the most finished habitat I built, because after that I built this habitat, and as you can probably see hopping around in there, this is a kangaroo and the wallaby habitat. And also, this is quite of a theme for this side of the zoo. It's not quite finished, but it looks mostly finished. So the only thing that is missing is the barrier on the other side, and the shelter that needs a little bit of a touch up. But other than that, it's finished, I promise. Oh, and I need to plant a few plants in here, but other than that, I promise it's finished. Or I'm just going to take that statement back, as I'm seeing some other things that's not finished in this habitat. So yeah, it's a walkthrough habitat, and okay, I just realized I wanted to make this look pretty. So that's also not finished. Let's just move on. Yeah, it's just a nice little, it's not that little, but it's a nice walkthrough habitat for both kangaroo species that we have in the game. Yeah, as I said, I need the barriers. Yeah, just quick little peek in here. It's not finished, but I think you can see what I was going for. Yeah, and when we go then outside of the habitat, we can also walk up here and see from above. That's kind of the way to experience the kangaroos if you are afraid to go inside the habitat. I mean, I heard that there are some people who don't like walkthrough habitats that much, and because they don't want to be in there with the animals so close, so they just rather have it that there are some nice little barriers between them and the animals. So yeah, I think that's a myth. No, I don't. I know a few people, but I think it's a myth, because if I wanted to go to a zoo, I want to be like as close to them as possible. And yeah, so I love walkthrough habitats. I don't know if I would go in a walkthrough habitat with anteaters. I think I've heard that there are some zoos who have them as a walkthrough habitat animal, but honestly, I heard anteaters don't see well. They have these enormous long claws which can whip jaguars apart. And I don't want to be mistaken for a jaguar and get ripped apart. So, don't know if I would go in there, but other than that, I think for the most part I would be in there in the walkthrough habitat. So, yeah, and then we have this little beginning of a building, and this is going to be the night house with wombats, quokkas, and kiwis. But as you can see, it's not finished because I also try to make the path that it's just a one-way path through the whole zoo. And that's why I did all this mapping out. And I'm not quite sure, because it's a house. I want, for the houses that I have, like with a tropical house, I just want you to have one entrance for the houses, then a way all around, and then you just end up where it started and can then go on. And I'm not quite sure how I do this with the night house, because I wanted to have for the crocus and the wombats, I don't know, for the kiwis as well, I'm not quite sure yet. This also is part of the consideration that I need to be doing. I don't know if I want to have all of them have outside spaces, so that you have an indoor and an outdoor space, because if I have for all three animals an indoor and an outdoor part of the habitat, I need to incorporate that with the passing for the guests, because if I just make it a round pass inside, I need to have 3 overpasses for the animals, or underpath, but that would also mean that the guests are only seeing the inside of the habitats and not the outside. So I would need a separate passing for the outside, and I don't have a good mind for that. Not a good mind, I don't have the ability to see how I want to do this without trying it, so that's why you see all the planks, because this would be the inside path, and then there was the idea of having outside habitats, and yeah, then this wooden way kinda was not feasible anymore, and now I need to think of something else. But yeah, that was everything I built, I think, in the last 2 or 3 days. And let's just check out what I built all the while back, I think 3 weeks ago, or maybe 1 month ago. Yeah, first I made these bamboo walls, just to don't let you see that much of what is over there. And I also said you would need to go here again, and that's what we're going to do. This habitat is something we already know, and if we just go all the way up here, and I promise I will build something here other than these few rocks that are only there to have the right colors as the different biome stones. And then we go and we walk and we walk and we walk, and we're finally here. So this habitat is really huge, and this is the habitat for the wild African dogs. I hope we will see at least one. So there they are. So this habitat layout was inspired by one from the lady designer. She built something like that, but with the fennec foxes, I believe. You will see what I mean with she built something like that. Because we actually will walk in some form of an X. Because here we will walk over, and we are walking over the path. So one is going to be wonky again. Yeah. And actually the animals can walk under this path, and again under here, under this path. So I just thought this was really, really cool. And yeah, we can watch them from here when they are drinking. But apparently no one's wanting to take a sip. And here is going to be some kind of area where guests can have something to drink or eat. I need to decorate it, so let's just move on. And this is also the way you are supposed to walk through the zoo, and that's what I mean with I only have like one way. It's not really one way, but also it kind of is. And yeah, I'm just going to, in the end, work a lot more with signs so that everyone knows where I want them to go, so no one misses anything. So now we are under the other way. Oh, and we can have a good look at the African wild dogs again. So I think with this habitat you are always guaranteed to see the animal because 1, there are quite many of them in here, and 2, there are many opportunities for you to see the animals. So, oh yeah, now there's someone drinking over there. But yeah, let's leave them behind, and we are going to the next habitat that is also not finished, but I began it, so yeah. This is the dromedary habitat, and with them are llama gazelles and scimitar horned oryxes. Yeah. I don't really know if in real life this fencing would be enough, but in Planet Zoo it is, and honestly maybe they would only eat the plants off here, which would be okay. I don't know if they would be able to climb up here, especially not the llama gazelles and scimitar horned oryxes. I don't think they would be able, but maybe the dromedary. I mean, it has long legs, but I don't know how it is with the water, how high they can go up when they are already in the water, so deeper than the normal ground, so don't know. It's just going to be in my head, it fits. And now for the last habitat, also not finished, but the only thing that I didn't finish is the inside. I think this is a bit of a running theme that I don't like building insides of buildings. Yeah, this is the meerkat and the porcupine exhibit. Or habitat, rather. So, I don't even... Yeah, no, I think it's the African crested porcupine. So, because I just found out in my local zoo we have also meerkats and porcupines in one exhibit. But I think our porcupines are not from Africa, and I just realized that a few months ago and was pretty upset because I always thought they are from Africa. Like, of course they are in the Africa section, they are with meerkats who are obviously from Africa, but nope, they weren't. And yeah, but yeah, I built all of these little windows. It was a little pain just to make them not look all the same. And now we're at the middle of the habitat, and it's also, oh gosh, it's also a walkthrough habitat. Can we walk? Yeah, okay, we can walk through here. And yeah, I also need to decorate this little bridge just so no one falls over there. It's like, it's only a short walkthrough habitat, but if you go in here, they actually can't enter this portion of this habitat. So even if you are scared of going into the walkthrough habitat, you can just hush through the pipe that is actually accessible for the animals and be in here and be safe, and you have a nice fence between you and the animals again, and then you can just run out there again and everything should be okay. So, but as you can see, it's in need of a bit more work, but honestly I don't know what I should do because I already have a ground, and in my mind only lacking a roof, but even if it has a roof, it still looks just orange because the walls are orange and the ground is orange. Yeah, maybe I should just change the color of the ground. I don't know. Did the porcupine just vanish? Did you guys see that? Where is the porcupine? There was a porcupine. I'm sure. Where is it? Oh, there it is. What is he doing? Or she? What's happening? Oh, okay. Okay. Is it going up there without my help? Like honestly, can it go up there? Or is it stuck in there forever? And okay, no, it can. Okay, and if I put this back in, what's then? Okay, it's just going to face through the wall, through the ground again. Okay. That was weird. Let's just move on. Because there's honestly not much to show anymore than what I already showed you. So we're going out of here again, and let's just look at the other side of the habitat. So also the same thing, all these little windows, and I made sure that with every window you see some toys for the animals, so that the possibility to actually see an animal is quite high, and you're not just looking at empty spaces where the animal will maybe walk through to get to something, but instead it's always something that they want to interact with. So yeah, and here we are at the dromedary Dama gazelle and scimitar horned oryx habitat. Yeah, and I also built for this habitat. I'm not going to say all the 3 names again. I built some facility for them. I wanted to make some stables, but like I said, it's a running theme. I didn't have I couldn't be bothered at the moment, so this is going to be something for future me to deal with. And yeah, that's everything I built since the last time anyway. And yeah, as you can see, I also have a lot to do now. But I mean, I know because I just had to move to another portion of the zoo and build here, and then the kangaroo habitat. And as you can see, I wanted to have one habitat here, and originally I wanted the night house, including only the wombat, to be here. And here I wanted to have flamingos. So, but now I thought it doesn't make sense to put the flamingos here because obviously it's not a zoo that's themed from continent to continent, but actually it kind of is, because all of these animals, or most of the animals I will build for, are from Africa. So all of this is Africa, and the kangaroos and the wombats would be the little Australian section that I had planned in my mind. And now that I'm building a lot more because of the penguins and the Oceania pack, I wanted to have them all in one place. And so it wouldn't make sense to make the quokka and the kiwi and potentially the Tasmanian devil habitat somewhere else. So I think, so that was the reason why I swapped the wombat and the flamingo habitat. I don't even know if the flamingos are going to be here or somewhere else. I'm not sure right now. But what I am sure, or what I'm quite certain, is you can see here elephant written. I don't think there will be elephants in this zoo because honestly, I want this big habitat is going to be so detailed, and I don't know if I can really make my PC work if I am going to make another big habitat for the elephants, if I then also include like 4 new animals in the zoo that I hadn't previously been planning for. So I'm quite sure I will be making an elephant habitat, but I also have another idea for another zoo where I will obviously have elephants, where I will have both elephant species, and that would be like the reason why the zoo was built was to have both animal species, elephant species in there. But yeah, maybe this will be a zoo where I don't have elephants. We'll see. I mean, I only wanted to build for elephants because I wanted to build another habitat idea from the St. Reginald Zoo. But yeah, I think that's a little bit too unrealistic to build that in a zoo that is already packed with so many animals and so many buildings, since I'm a little bit afraid my PC will just crash and burn after I build everything, but we'll see. Maybe it's better than I expect it to be, and I can actually build the elephant habitat. We'll see, and yeah, I would say that's all I have to say for now, and we will see each other the next time. Bye!